it's your girl Razia J, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time landing on my channel, seeing my face, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, thank you so much for the continuous support. It means the world to me. As always, before we jump into today's video, I just want to give a little detail about this channel. This is where faith, family, and social work intersect. I am a believer, military spouse, a mom of two, and a macro social worker. I love everything about my God. I love everything about my family, and I really love the profession of social work. And that's why we have this channel where those things intersect. So if you are a believer and you want your content on how to love the Lord, or if you are a military spouse or a mom of two or a mother, or you are an aspiring social work student or currently in the profession as an emerging professional, this channel might be the right one for you. You get a little bit of that, a little bit about this, a little bit about this, but all things about Ray. I am super happy that you are watching today's video. This video is all about what's going on in the social work profession. Guys, I know I've been talking a lot about the social work profession, and it's really because it's application season, and I know that that's when a lot of people are starting to gear up their research about social work and what to do to get into this profession. So I want to make sure that there's content on this channel that supports that journey and allows future social work students to find everything that they need for this academic year cycle. So right now, most programs are open. Outside is open. If you are looking for a social work program, I do have a video that I could link up below that talks about what programs you should be applying to if you are looking for the top rated programs. But I also want to encourage you to do your research and make sure that you find a program that meets your needs, aligns with your values, and will set you up for success as a future professional. So today's video is all about the social work profession. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but a lot about the social work profession. And as you see from the title, we are going to be talking about what the profession is and what does it really mean to come into this profession and what you should be expecting when you start your program, but most importantly, when you start working as a social worker. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So as you guys know, this topic that we're going to be talking about today is near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to try to just not ramble and keep to my points and not go off on a tangent. But if I do, I ask for your grace and your forgiveness already. But I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that this video is short and sweet. So oftentimes when I encounter people that are looking to enter into the social work profession, one of the questions they ask, is it valuable to get a degree in social work versus a degree in other mental health professions or other helping professions? And I think that is a valid question, right? When you are thinking about going to school for whatever it is that you are going to go to school for, you want to make sure that the degree that you're going to get is going to be one that is broad enough to sustain you for the duration of your professional career. So when people ask me that question, I'm like, yes, let's talk about it. So today I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the value behind the degree and if it's worth it for you. And I think that at the end of this video, you'll be able to come to the conclusion of whether a social work degree is right for you and what to do moving forward as you navigate application and getting into a program and graduating and entering the profession as a professional. This is going to lay some foundation for you, okay? So let's talk about the social work profession, what it is. First of all, let's talk about what social work is all about. So social work is a profession that is dedicated to the improvement and well-being of individuals, families, communities, and organizations. Social work is a broad profession. As a social worker, you can do a number of things, but the reality is that all social workers are unsung heroes that are dedicated to making sure that individuals, families, communities, marginalized populations, oppressed populations, when crisis is happening, we are ensuring that things get better. So in short, do you want to make sure that the lives of others get better from when they first encountered you, right? Whether you are in the macro space, the meso space, or the micro space, your overarching goal is to improve the quality of life for individuals, families, and communities. And that's it, baby. That's what social work is. One of the things that I always tell people is the diverse opportunities that is found within the social work profession. I feel like when you go into nursing, or if you go into psychology, or if you go into engineering, you might be sure the day that you start your program what your first, second, third, fourth, fifth job will look like. If you go into social work, it's going to be an exploration. As you go through your program, you're going to realize what populations you are drawn to and what you want to do as a social worker. There is so much range in the profession that I tell people all the time, you may come into the door thinking you want to be a mental health therapist, and you may leave your program a macro social worker that is fighting for policy change. The reality of the matter is we are all doing our best, and we are all trying to navigate different spaces to make sure that people, individuals, families, communities, systems are better. And it's diverse. You can see a social worker tomorrow, and you can see another social worker a week from now. And we're all doing similar things in different settings, and the outcome may be the same, but the process to getting to that outcome is very different. So the social work profession, in short, is very diverse. Honestly, the third point is that social workers just want to make a difference. If you have ever asked yourself, can I make a difference in the world, and would it be a real impactful one? And you have answered yes. Or if you've asked yourself, do I want to make a real difference in the world? Do I want to change something? And you have answered yes. This might be the profession for you. As social workers, we are working to make tangible change, positive change in the world and the systems around us, whether we are in the micro level work of counseling and helping clients with anxiety, depression, and other disorders, or if we're looking at policy changes. It's all about change. It all starts with wanting to make a change and make a difference in the lives of individuals, and making sure that they're living a life that is worth living. There's so many things going on in this world today that if you don't have a little glimmer of hope about what could possibly be, if you're not optimistic about what the future can hold and the change that can happen, it will be a little bit depressing. And I think that having a social work degree helps you to continually envision what change can look like for yourself, for your family, for communities, for people that look like you, and it pushes you to keep going. So if you've ever desired to make a change, this profession may be one that is beneficial to you. Now, we're going to talk about education, okay? I don't know about any other mental health profession, but when it comes to social work, there's something very different about us. We value education, and it starts with the accreditation process. Every social work program is going to follow the foundations of social work to a T. So what you're learning, what your colleagues are learning, what others around you in the profession are learning is going to be very similar. We value continuing education, right? Lifelong learners. Social workers should keep learning. It's not about what you learned when you got your degree 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's about what is relevant today and how you can learn new practices, whether that's evidence-based, whether that's through application, whether that's through continual learning or taking courses and just expanding your brain cells. We are about learning, 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 learning. And I love that we are backed by a code of ethics. I love that we encourage learning within our systems. I think that it's not about just getting a job. It's getting a job that fits you and fits your passions and aligns with what you want to do. I always tell people something that really stood out to me when I was in social work school, when I was in my program, especially my BSW program, was how they reminded me that social work looks at people in their environment. So the environment that you are in play a real big role on your outcomes. And I think social work programs do a great job at creating lifelong learners, people that are passionate about change, and people who desire to keep pushing the needle forward. And I love that for us. And honestly, this is not one that I am saying is why you should join the profession, but I think that social work as a profession has a great community. You can reach out to social workers and they will be open to supporting you on your journey. I've experienced this firsthand, just reaching out to someone and asking them, can they walk through this journey with me? Can they hold my hand? Can they give me mentorship? Can they give me guidance? And it was an easy yes for them. And I think it's because of the backbone and the reasoning why they became a social worker, right? They want to help people. They want to see change happen. And although my mentor does not do macro social work and she's not doing what I'm doing directly, her desire to see me succeed always, always keeps me going as a social worker. So these are the things that I think you should consider if you want to know if you should join this profession, right? Why become a social worker? And it's simple. Are you passionate about change? Do you want to help people? Do you want to see people in their environment and see how their environments can impact their outcomes and how you can change that? Or if you simply want to give back, this is a giving, sewing profession. And I think that most social workers would agree that we wear our heart on our sleeves. We're empathetic, we're compassionate, we're kind, but we're also advocates. And we will not stop until change happens. And if that's you, join us, join the profession. And if you need community, if you want to know where you should go next, what steps you should take, what programs you should apply to, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to have a link down below where you can connect with me and talk. And I hope you find it beneficial. Until then, bye.